welcome back to my channel, and this is chapter 79, All That Glitters. Let's get started. Now playing as Mason. I woke up on New Year's Day feeling unsettled. Noah's words the night before had left me rattled, and picturing the look on Addie's face hadn't helped matters. I needed to know, once and for all, if my dad was as guilty as Noah said he was. So I went back to the source. We need to talk. What we need to do is stay away from each other. I'm serious now. I need to know what you meant last night. What part of your dad's dirty was unclear? The lack of evidence, the character witness. After everything that's happened to you, accepts me to believe you don't have some weird grudge against my dad. Weird grudge. The man shot me. You know what? You two deserve each other. I stared at the screen, trying to figure out my next move. Well, that was a bust, but that's not that last night he said something about the safe in Dad's office. If I could just sneak in and take a look around, maybe I could put this whole thing to bed once and for all. So I crept downstairs to Dad's office and closed the door behind me, careful to avoid being seen. But it wasn't sure but I wasn't sure if that was because I don't want anyone to think I suspected him or because I actually did. Now, if I were a safe, where would I be? From the far wall of the office, a gaudy painting caught my eye, and as I walked over, I noticed it was hung slightly off center, like it had been recently moved. Look behind it. I gripped the edges of the painting and snatched it from the wall. Aha! Only to find nothing but more wall. I flipped the painting over, but the only thing on the back was a signature from the artist Jerome Steen. Of course, there's no secret behind the painting safe. You're letting your imagination get the best of you. Focus. I put the painting back, hanging it correctly before thoroughly searching the office, but the safe was gone. Screw it, I need to get out of here before I get caught snooping. But as I turned to go, the painting caught my eye again. I didn't even know we had that thing. And what was that name on the back? I don't remember. Maybe Steve. I whipped out my phone and typed into the search engine. Did you mean Jerry Sinfin? Not even close. Mason. Without getting it another thought, I shoved the phone back in my pocket and snuck out of the room, closing the door behind me just as Mom turned the corner. Have you seen my keys? No. She squinted, eyeing me suspiciously for a moment, and I tried to steady the heartbeat that was pounding in my ears. Okay. I'm supposed to pick up your father from the hospital, but I can't find my keys anywhere. I thought I put them in my purse. She yanked the bag from her shoulder, and as she dug through it, I noticed a sparkly new addition to her left hand. Ring. Wow, Mom. That's some ring. She glanced at it with a smile and held out her hand so I could get a better look. Thank you. I'm still getting used to it, but I think it suits me. What about you? I think it's beautiful. When had you get it? Oh, I have had my eyes on this forever, but it just wasn't a possibility before. And then your father surprised me with an upgrade while we were at the cabin. Said he didn't mind spluttering for an early Christmas present. Talk about the great gift. The entire trip was incredible until, well, as she teared up, I racked my brain for a solution and came up with an idea. You know what, Mom? I've got my keys right here. Why don't I just go and get him? Oh, honey, would you? It would be such a big help. Absolutely. I have got some stuff to ask him anyway. Quickly, I headed outside, fishing for my keys in my pockets, only to almost walk right into Dad's new car. Why is it in the middle of driveway? As I watched, the detailers worked on it diligently, waxing the hood. Hi, Mr. Jennings. How's it going? Not bad, but I think you're blocking me. My dad's waiting for me at the hospital. It's kinda urgent. Sorry about that. He pressed his hand to his mouth and called out to the rest of his team. Wrap it up, boys. It needs to be moved. As they pulled Dad's car out of the way, I climbed behind the wheel of my own and eased down the driveway. After filling out the discharge papers, a nurse wheeled Dad down to the waiting room. And despite everything, I couldn't help but be happy to see him. Dad, you look. Are you just going to stand there gaping like a dope, or are you here to take me home? Without another word, he climbed shakily to his feet, brushing off the nurse as she attempted to help, and walked right past me and out the door. No one likes hospital. I'm sure he gets home. Once he gets home, he'll be bright as rain. But just in case, is there something you can vent to? Normally, I had talked to Adi. She had always have had a way of making me smile, even after some of the more hurtful things my dad said and done. Like a punny punch tryout, the crowd went crazy. But now she wouldn't talk to me. I had blown it again. Thanks for the suggestion, but I'll be fine. And with a heavy heart, I followed my dad back to the car. As we drove back to the driveway, Dad sat stewing in the passenger seat of my car. Can you drive any slower? The rate you are going, I'll make it home just in time for my second heart attack. And what's your. Actually, Dad, I came to get you because I was hoping I could use this time to talk about how romantic it was for you to buy Mom that new ring for Christmas. I couldn't have come cheap. Any spouse will tell you not cheap is practically the definition of marriage. Anything else? Well, there's the new house and all the people who work for us now. Oh, for the love of spit it out, boy. What are you trying to get at? Nothing. It just seems like we have a lot of nice stuff all of the sudden, and I'm wondering how. You didn't care about us having nice stuff when it was something you wanted. But I. But nothing. This is exactly why I did everything I have done. Because you don't have the stones to take what's yours. You proved that at homecoming with the scout and practically doubled down when you gave up that scholarship. I did the right thing and you know it. It's why I earned my place at the Air Force Academy. If that were even remotely true, then I wouldn't have had to buy your way in instead. Shit. So now Mason's brain will now Mason's heart will also shatter down into bits. But this was it all for chapter 79, and I hope you like chapter 80. But thank you for remaining with me till the end.